let me talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had to burn up her brain. I deserve her whole face. I deserve her whole. I deserve her whole. I'm like, how we do your motherfucking speaker? I came through to get cheated. I don't rock the Gita.
What's up, guys? This your boy, Mr. I240. I'm back with another episode today. Hey, man, I missed you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate the love that the page been getting. Also, shout out to my main girl, Kelly. We on our way to that Memphis episode. Right now, we at 355 subscribers. Either or, I'm at episode 64. Either it go. We cooking up to that Memphis episode, but I'm trying to get to that 400 subscriber episode just for you because you've been patiently waiting. And number two, I already told. Oh, the most important number in the 500 subscriber episode is gonna be the Chris Benoit episode, and it ain't even because of wrestling reasons. It's just because of life reasons, especially the rest of the watching wrestling tragedies. You know what I'm saying, of the Sonny and Chris Candido, and I just saw the Marty Jannetty story earlier today, and it's kind of them type of episodes I try to get to the bottom too. You know what I'm saying, because these type of guys are real life people and they have real life problems. And plus, I'm just tired of the devil winning and taking over people's souls and stuff like that. And it's just sad that these guys had family life curses and tragedies to go through, especially the Chris Candido episode. But there's no here or there. Also, most importantly, I want to thank the man above, Lord Jesus Christ. If it weren't for him, it won't be no me, won't be no y'all, won't be no page. So, this episode I had to do a lot of adding stuff to it, you know what I'm saying? I had to scratch some stuff off and stuff like that. But, hey, what you want me to do? But, most importantly, if you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, you know what I'm saying? I love doing this. I love professional wrestling. This is what I love to do. This is my dream. This is my passion. And I'm just trying to take this page to the next level. To get to 1,000 subscribers, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. I know the challenges are going to be hard, especially with a wrestling content page. But as long as the business still around and you got variety of stuff to talk about, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to keep on giving y'all this fire content. But today's episode called One Last Chance. But the first episode ain't, but the person who I'm talking about, One Last Chance, is Karrion Kross, which I will get to in a minute. But the first subject I want to talk about, Cody Rhodes said he would never wrestle Seth Rollins again. Now, at first, I was angry and bitter about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of mad about it. Until they had the little teaser on Raw after SummerSlam, where, of course, you had Seth Rollins, who defeated Finn Balor at SummerSlam. And, of course, you had Cody Rhodes earning the respect for Brock. But forget I got to that point. Cody did an interview. I forgot the gentleman's name, Chris Van or whatever. He said he would never wrestle Seth Rollins again. Look, I know that both guys had a lot of personal issues and back and forth, yada, yada, yada. But I feel like I got to call Cody out on this one. I feel like he's full of crap because just a year prior to that, you couldn't get over in AEW. And then this man went on his way to put you over 3 times. Not only WrestleMania, the biggest night ever, where, you know what I'm saying, he put you over. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't get over AEW against Aleister Black. You couldn't get over with him. You couldn't get over the Sammy Guevara. And then folks was just getting tired of you, bro. You was becoming the John Cena of the company, bro. Folks was getting tired of you. And for this man to go out this way to do that, you mean to tell me you can't put him over one time? Hopefully we'll have a match at Payback or something down the line. But, stuff like that. But it's kind of like I said, he put you over. Not WrestleMania. Backlash. He made you look good in Hell in a Cell with your broken torn pec. And like I just said, I know it was a lot of personal stuff that went down between them two. Between him and Seth. But I feel like Seth Rollins deserved the respect from Cody Rhodes because you the ops. You was the ops that was dissing us. You was the initiator. You, Kenny, Young Bucks, Adam Page all decided to start a company and to compete with Vince them. And you mean to tell me my main man can't get over? This is a guy who been putting in work for the past 3 years. When he became the visionary with that trash gimmick, he had the fake trash. Don't ever disrespect the king like they try to put the Jesus music in wrestling. He done everything for the company. He was the MVP of the COVID era. Damn near. I mean, y'all remember that WrestleMania in 2020 when him and Kevin Owens put on the classic in the empty arena? That guy. And you was throwing shots at the company back and forth with the Triple H, you know, dissing, you know, hitting the sledgehammer with the chair. Then, of course, your other wrestlers, they came around dissing WWE every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't get me wrong, Triple H did throw the first shot at WrestleMania. We're gonna get the Hall of Fame at WrestleMania. But we're gonna get to that. But Seth Rollins least deserve your respect because he put you over. He made you look good not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then, like I just said, Cody came running back to WWE because he couldn't get over in AEW. Let's call it for what it is. You couldn't get over, and you didn't want to turn heel. And I feel some type of way. If I was Seth Rollins, I'm putting in all the work. I'm holding it down. And then y'all re-sign this dude. And y'all want me to put him over at WrestleMania. And I've been looking forward to this moment all year round. It's already bad enough. I got to be in the back seat of the Roman Reigns era. Now you want me to be in the back seat of the Cody Rhodes era? What the hell is that? Come on now. Like, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why Seth Rollins was in his feelings about stuff like that. And then, like I just said in a minute ago, why he came back running. He couldn't get over with Aleister Black. Aleister Black was supposed to be a heel. They cheered for him. Okay. He couldn't get over with Sammy Guevara. Couldn't get over with him. And then the match with, you know, during the pandemic, even during the pandemic era, people was not feeling Cody, bro. Hell, Sting came back. He wasn't feeling Cody. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Even in the little promo, he said, I want to work with Darby. God damn, son. So, the bottom line is, I feel like you owe Seth Rollins that. You owe Seth Rollins that. Because I believe if Roman Reigns was in his shoes, Roman would have said, hell no. Brock Lesnar in 2020 or Brock Lesnar in 2015, let's say you came back in 2015 and they said, hey, Brock, you think you can put Cody over? Hell no. Cody got to get this work first. Now, don't get me wrong, WWE return have been impressive and stuff like that. It's been great. But, come on, man. Seth Rollins deserves that respect, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, and you know, you came back running. You said it was a personal issue. I can believe it. But let's not act like, because if it wasn't no personal issue in AEW, you would have never came back. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is at the time. Hell, the fans didn't love you like that. And the sad part is, you try to do everything in your power to get over, but the fans weren't feeling you. So, you really owe a big thanks to Seth Rollins for giving you that mega push, because if it wasn't for him, it would have never worked out. For real, for real. But there's no here or there. The next subject I want to talk about, oh snap, is back up. So you got Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. Hopefully it'll be for the AEW international, whatever you want to call it, fake cruise intercontinental title, where you had now that the Elite is behind the back. Man, y'all know the name. Put it in the comment. I can't put the black. Is it the Blackpool Comeback Club? Whatever you want to put it. Now that they're behind him, Jon Moxley has his eyes on the international championship in Orange Cassidy, especially attacking Orange Cassidy after his match with AR Fox. So he landed on coming after his championship, and of course on Collision, it is on a Collision for a match at All Out. So my thing is this now. I know they had numerous of matches between Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley always got the best of him. So I wonder, can he survive Moxley? Because, man, Jon Moxley, Mick Foley going cocaine crazy. He in his bag right now. And I got to give Orange Cassidy his props. Ever since he won that championship, he been on an impressive championship run. Defended the title almost every week. So he defeated Jake Hager, Pac, Kip Sabian, Big Willie, Big Cass, whatever you want to call him, Kyle Fletcher, and of course he defeated AR Fox. So I'm looking forward to that one-on-one match. Hopefully they'll do it at All In. And of course they just had the brutal parking lot brawl match between the Best Friends and the Elite. So it looked like the Best Friends getting that push. Chuck Taylor and Trent Barrera getting that mega push. They getting that shine that just do. Especially if you got 3 of them versus 3 of them. You know, because Brian hurt right now from the, was it the Iron Man? No, he injured himself against Okada. So it's a chance for the other 2 guys to step up, get their voice. You know, so we know Cardio can wrestle. But I think now that Brian's out, I think we're going to hear more talking from Wheeler Yuta. You know what I'm saying? He did insert himself into the parking lot brawl match when Chuck Taylor was finna stab Jon Moxley. I don't know if that was a pole or a knife. But Jon Moxley got it back and gave him that work, and they got the dub. So hopefully we'll see that one-on-one match. Like I said, and I'm digging the Best Friends versus the Black. I put in the comments, man. I be slipping on the words, man. I don't know, man. It's that Memphis thing. I don't know. But y'all get what I'm saying. So, with that being said, keep up the good work, guys. And like I said, Tony Khan is that back. We're going to talk about that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll get straight to this. You know what I'm saying? So, my next subject, which I've been looking forward to. And I never understood why the company rejected this feud right here. So according to, I think I saw this on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And I want to ask I'm asking myself, why did WCW reject the feud between Harlem Heat and the Legion of Doom? You got LOD and Harlem Heat. 2 of the probably best teams arguably in the 90s, in the mid-90s at that point. Well, you got Steiner Brothers, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause LOD ran the 80s, and you know they were still relevant through the 90s. So these are the 2 most decorated teams at that time, and you didn't pull the trigger on the feud? I didn't understand. Like, you got 2 decorated championship teams who've been in great feuds and accomplished a lot, and I got the facts right here. Y'all know how I do. So, you got, you got the Road Warriors, right? Even with the manager, Paul Ellington, with Brother Paul, or without Brother Paul. So, the Road Warriors was 1-time AWA Tag Champs, 3-time NWA Tag Champs, 2-time Tag Team WWF Champions, and 2-time IWGP Tag Champions. I will put the SmackDown jump, but Hiding Right was hiding trash and still pre-coming on Michael Cole back. Trash. Sorry, Hiding Right, that wasn't it. Garbage. So, with that pedigree, and then they was tough, mean, brutal guys, stiff, pause, giving them that work, beating the hell out of folks back in the day. So I can see why folks in the 80s had to do that crack rock. Every time I watch Dark Side of the Ring, and I be seeing the 80s and stuff like that, 90s, I said, look, man, I'm getting beat the hell up. I gotta smoke some weed to do that crack rock. Damn. They didn't have the advanced technology that we got now. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, my boys, Road Warriors, LOD, whatever you want to call them, they had great feuds with the Steiner Brothers, Midnight Express, Hart Foundation, Ted DiBiase and RS, I think, which they won the belts at SummerSlam in 1992, if I'm not mistaken. Was it them? I think it was them. No. They won the belts from somebody. Y'all put them in the comments in 1992 SummerSlam. Did they win the tag team titles for who they won against? Then, of course, you had the Funk Brothers, Sting and Lou. And I forgot to put the New Age Outlaws on here, too. I forgot to put them on there. I would have put Demolition, but I read the reports that the feud just wasn't, that wasn't it. Then, of course, you got the boys from Houston, Texas, man. That embrace the New York streets, Harlem heat with the music. All that. Stevie Ray, Booker T, G.I. Bro, whatever you want to call Booker, man. Doing this. You had Booker with the hot flash, talking trash. Then Stevie Ray was like the muscle of the group. He talked trash too, but he gave that work. So you got the Harlem heat right here. Shit, I ain't got that far to look. The resume impressive within itself. 10-time WCW Tag Team Champions. That's impressive right there. And then before the company closed. So we can arguably say, and I hate to admit this right now. I don't hate to admit this. Hell no. Let's tell the truth. Who's the greatest WCW tag team of all time? Harlem Heat. And I stand on business. I love Austin and Brian Pillman, but they went together a long time, and they didn't win a lot of championships like that. Then they were so great, Booker T went out there and shined. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, Harlem Heat. I'm going to say it again. Harlem Heat is WCW greatest tag team of all time. I'm sorry, bruh, but it's the truth. Name someone better. Let me know. But during the 90s, hands down, come on. Hall and Nash, they barely wrestled. And they reigns suck. So don't say Hall and Nash were great. I mean, Steiner Brothers was cool, you know what I'm saying? I get them second, but they didn't have no many reigns as that. Now, I give them that. Both of them was good wrestlers on their own. Because Stevie Ray, he was all right, but Rick and Scott can go. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but my boys had accomplished a lot. And I put in the middle that feud could have drew a lot of money. And it would have been a physical match to see. Trash talking, stuff like that. It would have been fun to see. But the Harlem Heat feuds, it was the Outsiders, the Steiner Brothers, the Nasty Boys, Sting and Lubin, Faces of Fear, Public Enemy, and the Blue Bloods. So them guys beat a lot of great tag teams in their 8-year career at WCW. A lot of great competitors, man, especially Faces of Fear with Ming and the Barbarian, especially with Jimmy Hart by the side. Of course, Sting and Luger, you never know what they gonna get. When Public Enemy, even though they want to be a knockout Flavor Flav. I'm sorry, bruh. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the Nasty Boys, Nasty Boys don't get a lot of credit and shine, but them guys was physical, tough, and they had the flavor, the crazy t-shirt and the flavor t-shirt. I mean, the t-shirts, the style back then was crazy with the mohawk hair. Brian Knobs and is it Jerry Sags? Y'all let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand why WCW didn't pull the trigger. I think it would have drew, especially in the early mid-90s, before they would have did it before NWO, it would have drew. Now, if they would have did it after that, it'd be like, no, they want it. Because by the time 97, 98, LOD was kind of on decline on the road. Not health-wise, but the fans was kind of like, all right, bro, we in the Tupac era thug life. And plus, I think at that time, Animal or Hawk was on that Crack Rock Hard or whatever it was. Because y'all remember the scene when Josh tried to rescue the man, and he made it seem like Josh pushed him off the cliff. This one that was in WWE for all you. Yeah, so, but hey. There's no mirror there. Both of them great teams, both Hall of Famers. I know we lost both Animal and Hawk. Of course, we lost Hawk in 2003. And we lost Animal like last year. Last year or 2 years ago. So, it's just a shame that we didn't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? I just hate Animal got to team up with Hein Trash. The guy that pre-came on Michael Cole back. That was a way to retire from WWE. You team up with this. Trash. That wasn't it. I told you all that he known for is pre-coming on Michael Cole back. I'm sorry. Damn. That wasn't it. I'm sorry, bro. Even Undertaker tried to put the man over. Then I forgot the little scene with him and Sisky. They having the LB, whatever you want to call that moment. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. Hey, Gene. Hey, hiding right. What the hell is that? No, that ain't it, bro. Niggas breathing and shit. Oh, hell no. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get your One Love on. But I don't need that on my screen at that time. You feel me? Now, it's probably new, fresh now. But back then, hey, Gene. Yeah, go watch Royal Rumble 2005. All you wrestling fans know what I'm talking about in that segment. That shit was weird as hell. For real. They probably pre-came with each other. I don't know. Anyway, shout out to them guys for real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a career, so y'all made impact. Especially Gene Snitsky with the cane feud. I gotta put that in the episode for real. It's not my fault. Alright. Oh, then my next subject. Baby girl that did it. Naomi main evented Slammiversary and beat Deonna Purrazzo for the AEW Winning Championship, especially after having a rough 2022 along with her best friend Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Moné, whatever you want to call her, after leaving in WWE, and they both haven't looked back. She's been making a major impact wrestling, and she's on top of the world right now. You know what I'm saying? She got a championship. Her husband don't. I don't know. I mean, he just backstabbed his brother at SummerSlam. Straight trash. Straight garbage. That wasn't it. Now, for real though, so I just had to put that in there. I'm really happy for baby girl. You know, I just hope she have a nice, luxurious reign. They'll be having a rematch at the next pay-per-view. I forget the name of it. Y'all know what the name of the next pay-per-view. So they'll be having a rematch for the championship belts at the next pay-per-view. And I just hope Naomi defeated again, and she just have a nice reign because she been doing good. The fans love her, and that's a good look for her. She look happy. You know what I'm saying? I got a homeboy that called me. He like, man, I don't see why she had Impact. I'm like, bro, you got to explain shit to niggas. It's just like, she could be herself, free, wide open, be her. And plus, they women get to actually wrestle. Unlike AEW and WWE. You know, you see what Becky Lynch said? She got to make shit out of lemonade or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas ain't getting no TV time. But hey, there's no here there. Now, another subject I want to talk about, so I can freestyle this one. Sergeant Slaughter, Lacey Evans is up. So, of course, y'all know Lacey Evans over the past couple of years has been repackaged, especially after her pregnancy, because y'all know during COVID, she was on the road. They're having a big feud with Charlotte Flair involving her daddy, but then she got pregnant because I think she was supposed to get a title shot at Royal Rumble. But ever since she came back, it just been struggle city. At first, she had the little vignettes, promos, and stuff like that with a live audience, and the fans weren't feeling that. That wasn't it. Then that won't work. Then she went away again, and then this time around, she stepped her foot in danger zone trying to dress like Sergeant Slaughter. But it was just crazy before she started doing it. The rumors was he was supposed to be her manager. But apparently, he ain't interested in it because he was mad as hell when she was dressed like him. He even had something to say, because y'all know he don't play that. You know what I'm saying? That's the order and all that. And I think his daughter respond. And they're like, I like Lacey Evans, but that wasn't it. And plus, she used the Cobra Clutch. And that's what it stemmed from. You know, so really, I just hope that issue can get resolved because it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, I'm going to be real with you. If a lot of people feel like the time is ticking on Karrion Kross' career, the time is ticking definitely on Lacey Evans' career. I'm just being real. The clock is ticking, like, for real, like, because baby girl done being repackaged, been gone, come back. It's just, that buzz is gone. I mean, she had on moments where it could have went somewhere, but then it's just like, nah, bruh, this ain't even working, bruh. I'm going to be real with you. So I hope that the Hall of Fame and the young lady get it resolved, you know what I'm saying, because it's not that serious. But we know how them OGs is about certain stuff and, you know, certain moves, stuff like that. So shout out to both of them. And I hope Lacey Evans get back on her feet and get that mega push. All right. My bad. And the next subject I want to talk about is the theme of this episode right here. I mean, I'm a big Karrion Kross fan, but I think the time might be ticking. It might be ticking. Tick-tock. 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 Or maybe not. But let's get into it. So, we all know that Karrion Kross left Impact in 2019. And he came to the WWE late 2019 and made his debut in NXT in 2020. And made a major impact in NXT and dominated. Where, of course, he debuted. Of course, before then, he took out Tommaso Ciampa, and then he debuted. No, he took out Tommaso Ciampa. He had a debut match. And then Tommaso Ciampa, they had the segments and stuff like that. The In Your House match was kind of a disappointment. I think it would have been better in front of the crowd, but everybody getting so used to the new era. So, of course, he defeated Tommaso Ciampa in Your House. And these guys he defeated on the way up. He defeated Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee. After Keith Lee won his double, where they had a title match against Adam Cole, where Keith Lee was the NXT North American Championship, and Adam Cole NXT champion, and he defeated Adam Cole. And then, of course, him and Kross had a match where Kross got injured in that match, won the championship. Then, of course, he vacated the belt, and then he came back, started off fresh, where he feuded with Damian Priest, where Damian Priest asserted his manhood in front of his girl, his wife. And, of course, he defeated Finn Balor not once, but twice. He won the belt, and he retained the belt against Finn Balor. Then he won the Fatal 5-Way against Pete Dunne, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne. I'm trying to see who else in that match. I know it was a Fatal 5-Way. Wasn't Finn Balor. I think Kyle O'Reilly. He defeated those 4 guys. Then, of course, he had the infamous promo that was the beginning of the end of his career. When, of course, with Adam Cole, when he said, you got all the music, the pyro, and all that, and this and that, and the third. You know what they got to do for Adam Cole? All they got to do is ring the damn bell. Damn. But he was still champion, and he was holding on. Then, of course, after he lost to Samoa Joe in the championship, he debuted against Jeff Hardy in that 2-minute and 50-second match, and he got rolled up and he lost. Then they start having my man dressing like Russell Crowe and 300 and Gladiator and all that bullshit. And then just shortly after that, he got released in 2021. Then we think he went back independent scene for a minute. Then he came back in 2022. He debuted where he attacked Drew McIntyre during the segment against Roman Reigns, where he debuted. He took out Drew. He looked at Roman Reigns, said, "TikTok, I'm coming for the title." So we all fired up. We getting excited. Hell yeah, something fresh, something new. Woo! Hell yeah. Wrong. That wasn't it. And of course, he had a decent good rivalry with Drew, where they had the extract match at Extreme Rules, where Kross won the first one. Then, of course, Drew got it back in blood in the cage match, and the rivalry just ended there and went cold. And they never got that third match. And he been kind of on the downhill since then. You know, he had a trash feud with Madcap. You know, he had potential. He could have had potential good feud with Ray, Shinsuke, but it just really wasn't getting nowhere. And the AJ thing been kind of cold, good. So they trying to do something with it. So it's just like, we'll see where it go. And he got even a new finishing move called the Final Prayer. But I ain't gonna front, dog. It's like right now it ain't looking too good for my boy, man. I told y'all what my boy need to do. Cut that bald head. Go back to the guy that took out Eddie Kingston. And go back to the guy that took out Cameron Grimes with the brick. Wham! Elbow. Don't want a real brick, but you know what I mean. Because this dude with the Miami haircut style, that wasn't it. So, brother, you need to do something because time is ticking. And if you can't do no AJ, you might be let go. I'm just being real with you, bro. So we'll see where it go. Oh. I don't know what this man thinking on this subject. That boy smoking that crack rock. I think he been bumped on his head too many times, y'all. So, I don't know if y'all saw an interview. I thought it was the interview I saw a report. They said the homicidal, genocidal. That's exactly what it is, homicide. He said he want Brock Lesnar to be his last match. My brother, you just passed out at a convention not that long ago. And you sure you want to get in there with the big dog? Nah, son, I'm good. I don't want Brock Lesnar to murder that man. He damn near murdered Cody at SummerSlam. Hell, he damn near been murdering Cody all month before the match. Maybe it was back in 2003, 97, when you was in your prime fight. You know, if it was the Sabu that fought Terry Funk, Lance Storm, RVD, maybe that version of Sabu. Yes, maybe. But you talking about the 50-year-old, 3-year-old who can barely walk and still cooping, and God blessings to you and your family and your girl family. You still dealing with the stuff with your gal passing and all that. And we know Brock Lesnar don't give a damn in his promos and stuff like that. Nah, son, I don't want to see it, bruh. I mean, Brock still 47, still going strong. You about 50-some years old, can barely walk. Nah, I'm good, bro. Maybe on a video game. You know, WWE 2K23 or, you know, Creative Wrestler or something. I don't know. But we talking about real life? Hell no. That ain't it. Garbage. But both of these guys got legendary careers. I mean, if it was like back in 2006 and Brock would have stayed, I would have loved to see it. Brock probably would have UFC mode on your ass. But hey, you got to think about it. Both of them got legendary careers too. You know, Sabu, 2-time ECW champion. Of course, he the 1-time F the world, you know, one FTW F the world title, 1-time ECW world champion, world television champion, 3-time tag team champion, and he the second Triple Crown winner in ECW history. And of course, my main man Brock, you know, UFC heavyweight champion, IWGP heavyweight champion, 7-time WWE champion, 3-time Universal champion, 1 King of the Ring, 1 Money in the Bank, and 2-time Royal Rumble. You know, there's been something to build up if they both in their prime. But we talking about right now, Brock will eat Sabu ass up alive. And one thing for sure, Brock ain't going for all that extreme stuff. You ain't gonna keep throwing no chair at Brock Lesnar, bro. So, you want to just hang it up. Just say you want to wrestle Bobby Lashley or something. I don't know, but you wrestling Brock Lesnar in 2023, that's one, hell no. And 2, Brock Lesnar ain't gonna go for all that Bob Wyatt and all that chair throwing and all that. And just here, ask John Moxley. He know. So, you got to peace out on this one, my brother. I love you. You're an OG. They're retired. And enjoy life, my brother. For real, for real. Alright. So, this next subject I want to talk about. I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. Speaking of Scott Steiner, man. That WWE run was trash. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, my boy was, you know, so he was already a superstar in the 90s, but he didn't really become a major star until 98 going into 2001. My boy became a main event player. He even betrayed his brother on the way to success. I mean, and my boy, before he signed back to the WWE, my boy had championship success too. He was 1-time WCW Tag World Heavyweight Champion. You know what I'm saying? 2-time WCW TV champion. 2-time WCW United States champion. 7-time WCW Tag champion. And of course, he won 2-time WWE Tag Team champion. And during the WCW career, he had big feuds. Goldberg, DDP. And because him and that Goldberg stuff was real. And plus, him and DDP got into a real fight. Booker T, Sting, Buff Bagwell. His former partner, his best friend, that was his dog. Then, of course, by the time 2001 came, WCW went out of business, where him and Booker T had the classic wrestling match for the World Heavyweight Championship, when Booker T got the WCW champion 5 times. Then, of course, he was out for a year, you know, especially all them guys had the WCW deal, so they didn't really care about the invasion and all that stuff. So he just sat at home. So, then we saw him a year and a half later, where my bad, guys. He debuted as a Survivor Series where he attacked Matt Hardy and Quincy Nowinski. And then he pretended like he was a free agent for a minute. He even flirted with Stephanie, but he eventually started signing the Raw. Well, you know, yeah, he laid Stephanie on the table. And I'm pretty sure that was started the beef between him and Triple H. And then he debuted on Raw, and then they started their program. And the tension between the two was really there and for real. And they had even beef for years. You know what I'm saying? Because Scott Steiner believed that Triple H tried to make him look bad. He believed Triple H tried to make him look bad. He really believed it. And there you go. He believed Triple H tried to make him look bad. And you know, of course, they had the match at Royal Rumble. That jump was boring, trash, whack. Then of course they had another trash match at No Way Out. And you know, during the Royal Rumble promos, they had, you know, the muscle pose and the arm wrestling contest. Then, like I just said, them two matches was garbage. And the rest of that year was kind of a blur. You know what I'm saying? His other highlight was he feuded with Test over Stacy Keibler. And then he all of a sudden became heel. He joined Eric Bischoff's team in Survivor Series against Stone Cold. And then shortly after that, they just let him go. But I remember he said in the interview that he wanted to work with The Rock. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a dope feud of fun to see, but I don't know. But that first run was first trash. I'm sorry. Just like that pay-by-through, trash. Alright. So, enough about Scott Steiner. Let's get to the real OG of the business. The Brian Pillman story. Now, Brian Pillman was one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever. He was a former college football player who turned into a wrestler. His career started in WCW. He was solo and he was in a tag team. So he formed a tag team with Stone Cold Steve Austin called the Hollywood Blondes. And I don't just remember much of their feuds, you know, so I don't wrote like two down. I know they highlighted feuds was Ric Flair and Arn Anderson and Ricky Dragon Steamboat and Shane Douglas. Now during that time, I think they became one-time NWA Tag Champs, WCW Tag Champs, and then during their run, shortly after that, they had broke up. It's, you know, Steve Austin became Stunning Steve, but he became U.S. champion. He had the Colonel Parker as his manager, and Brian Pillman was trying to get it back in blood. But during the, I think, mid to early 90s, he had interest in stuff. You know, he appeared in ECW as a crazy man. I think he got injured there. Then he appeared in WWE. Same thing. And, you know what I'm saying? Just didn't work out. But my boy did have some OG's legacy, though. You know what I'm saying? My boy, by himself, was a two-time WCW lightweight heavyweight champion, WCW tag champ, of course, NWA. And then he rejoined. He was in WCW for a minute. I think he shortly joined. I'm trying to see. I know in 96 he was in the four. No, was it 95? I think it was 95. I put 96 on it. 95 he was in the Four Horsemen where they feuded against Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Same shit. So then of course, when he reunited, like I said, when he came back to WWE, him and Stone Cold had reunited. But during one of the promos, and this was Stone Cold run in 1996, where he was calling out Bret Hart, who was filming a movie or a TV show after he lost to Shawn Michaels. He had called him out. And then I think one of the promos, Stone Cold ended up portraying on Brian Pillman again and put him on the shelf. Then he returned, and I take Stone Cold this summer 1997, and then he rejoined the Hart Foundation, and they feuded against Stone Cold, LOD, Ken Shamrock, Mankind, and I think Goldust when they had the classic In Your House match, Canadian Stampede, where Stone Cold flipped off the fans. Then of course he had a weird feud with Goldust that was involving Marlena, because I think Marlena and Goldust, Terrianos, used to reach the date in real life. And they had a weird, the winner wear a dress match or something. And I think they had another match where she had to be with Brian Pillman. But shortly during that feud in 1997, Brian Pillman had passed away in 1997 at 35 years old. And then, of course, you know, his legacy has been living on. Now he got his son who's in the business, who just recently, he was at AEW, but now he recently signed to WWE. So we're going to see what Brian Pillman Jr. do. Shout out to the OG father, and shout out to the son. Now my next subject going to be kind of short too. Do y'all think Cena buried Jack Swagger? So we all know Jack Swagger had won Money in the Bank in 2010 at WrestleMania in Glendale, Arizona. At that time, John Cena was WWE champion, who was feuding with Batista during that time, and Chris Jericho was World Heavyweight champion, where he feuded with Edge during that time. But during that time, he was supposed to cash in on Cena, but Cena refused to do the job. And I gotta agree. Why would I do the job and I know this guy ain't gonna be good? Jack Swagger was not that good. Once he got to the big shows, he was not that good. I'm sorry. So he eventually ended up cashing in on Chris Jericho, and his title reign was garbage. Why would I want a job to a guy like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't that good on the mic. He was a good wrestler, but he wasn't that good on the mic. And I like the Jack Swagger, but nah, that wasn't it, bro. And I'm just being real with you. That wasn't it, my dog. So Cena did the right thing for not cashing in on him. And I'm just being real with you. Sorry, bro. So my next question I want to talk about. My next question. My next subject is, who's better, Warrior and Sting? Warrior or Sting? Of course, we all know the Ultimate Warrior and Sting was a tag team called the Blade Brothers, taking over the southern territories and stuff like that in the late 90s, mid to 90s, but both of them eventually split and became two of the biggest wrestlers in the 90s. They both main evented all across the world. But you got Ultimate Warrior, who's the Warrior, got the metaphor promos going crazy, talking to the moon rocks and all that. Then of course you had Sting with, the surfer haircut, flash, charismatic, and stuff like that. So they both had championship status, and they both been in some decent feuds. Of course you got Warrior, 2-time Intercontinental champion, 1-time WWE champion. Feuds, of course, that trash feud with Jerry King Lawler. That bad trash feud with Papa Shango. He had a decent feud against Sergeant Slaughter, Jake Roberts, Hulk Hogan. Of course, when him and Hogan had the classic WrestleMania 6 match where Hogan put him over, and they had beef for many years. But I'll talk about that on another episode. And of course, he had a classic match with Randy Savage in the retirement match at WrestleMania 1991, where Warrior got the dub and sent Randy Macho Man Savage back packing. Rick Rude, who beat him for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 5? Yeah, 5. Ric Flair, Andre the Giant in the trash feud, The Undertaker, where they had the little body bag match at a live show. Then, of course, he defeated Honky Tonk Man quick as hell at SummerSlam and won his one of two Intercontinental Championships. Then, of course, you got Sting. Sting is a 2-time WCW US champion, 6-time WCW champion, 3-time WCW Tag Champion, 4-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That's an impressive career. And I hate to say it, my homeboy, like, boy, you tripping. Sting was better. And of course, Sting had better feuds and better matches against Ric Flair, Steiner Brothers, Cactus Jack, Vader, Lord Steven Regal, Goldberg, and DDP in the classic matches in 1998 and 1999 on Monday Nitro. And he had feuded with AJ Styles. I could have put a whole bunch of guys on here, but I couldn't, because this episode would be almost 60 minutes long, I guess. But if you had to ask me, I gotta agree with my best friend, one of my best friends. Sting had a better career, and he was better. And he can keep the crowd engaged and stuff like that, even though his promo skills weren't that good, but he knew how to keep the crowd engaged. Woo. Oh, I'm almost done. Alright. My next subject is Mercedes Moné wants to be recognized as one of the greats among her male peers. And I gotta admit, she's right. I mean, you gotta think about it. She has made her historic marks too. She was a part of history at NXT when her and Bayley was the first Iron Woman match at NXT TakeOver in New York. And then, of course, she accomplished a lot. She main event WrestleMania against Bianca Belair, night 1. And then she got the championship pedigree right here. She's a one-time IWGP Women's Champion where she won her debut match. Was it against Kairi Sane? Against Kairi Sane, I'm not sure. Kairi Sane. She one-time NXT Women's Champion, 5-time Raw Women's Championship, 1-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and 3-time Women's Tag Team Champion. Where she had big feuds and classic matches against. Her feuds was against Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss. Even though her and Alexa Bliss had real heat situations, they don't like each other. Then, of course, she always had a classic match with Asuka. And then some of the best matches she had was against Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble 2019, Carmella in 2020, Becky Lynch and Hell in a Cell, Bayley SmackDown 2020, Asuka 2018, and of course her triple threat match at WrestleMania 32. And the Falls Count Anywhere. This one, her and Charlotte was playing hot potato with the belt. Her Falls Count Anywhere in 2018, and she had a classic match with Io Shirai in 2020, and of course the classic match with her and Bayley. So I gotta admit, man, Shotzi is one of the greats, man. She should be in one day, 1 point. We should be talking about Sasha Banks in the top 20 or top 15 as one of the greatest women. Not greatest women, but just one of the best wrestlers ever. Because she never had that bad match. She never took a night off, and she never disappointed. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know. But my last subject is up. Tony Khan versus Triple H. Now, it's been friendly competition between the two guys ever since AEW started. You know, like I said, Triple H threw the first shot, and Tony Khan just been responding back and forth, back and forth. But the latest diss came from Triple H and Cody Rhodes documentary when he said he worked for a secondary company. And here goes Tony Khan responds right here. It was too long to write, so it's here though. And he's right. He must be right because Tony Khan, but I don't look at Tony Khan's a secondary company right now. Because like right now, who's the better booker? And I got all the storylines right here. Y'all be the judge. So, I'm talking all recent months. Not all year round talk. Recent months. Who's the better booker? Who's the better company? Who would you rather work for? Right now. Right now, Tony Khan booking. Samoa Joe want that smoke with CM Punk at All In because he don't want that rivalry to end on the roll-up. FTR just called out the Young Bucks at All In. MJF friend storyline with Adam Cole has been great, especially with the jealousy of Roderick Strong. And of course, another former Adam Cole friends, The Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. The best friends, the Blackpool Combat Club. There we go. Athena Ring of Honor Championship. Y'all, if y'all ain't been watching Ring of Honor, man, y'all go watch YouTube or whatever channel is on. She been doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got CM Punk, the Reals World Champion. They kind of mocking like Hogan and Ric Flair. When Ric Flair came to the WWE, he talking about, I'm the Reals World Champion. Because CM Punk never lost that belt. Christian heel run is on fire. I mean, come on, man. The man disrespect Jack Perry's mama. He just disrespected his daughter. When his daughter said, can I hold the championship belt? Hell no. Peace out. I'm out. And speaking of Jack Perry, he just defeated, that's another story, his new look. He went from Jungle Boy to Jack Perry, where he defeated Hook for the FTW Championship. Now he in a former ECW angle, I guess with Jerry Lynn and RVD, which he'll be facing RVD at All In. The 54-year-old still want that smoke. The Gun Club, where you got Juice Robinson, Jay White, and the Ass Boys, Billy Gunn's son, Colton, and Austin. Then, of course, you got the House of Black storyline in the Acclaim with Daddy Ass, where Billy Gunn probably thinking, I ain't got the juice no more. I'm costing my team the championship. Then, of course, you got the Jericho Society. You don't know what side Jericho will do, which where Don Callis hit Sammy Guevara, hit Danny Garcia with a weapon. Jericho didn't know what to do, but he still took advantage of it and got the dub. Now, let's go to Triple H booking. Cause that SummerSlam jump was kind of alright, but it was some moments you were like, alright, bruh, that wasn't it. Of course, you got the Bloodline, Cody and Brock Lesnar, Gunther IC title run. Who's the real leader of Judgment Day? Is Damian Priest gonna leave Judgment Day? What it looking like? Now they got my boy JD. He's stirring up the problems. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, the Hurt Profits. Alpha Academy entertaining as hell. You just had the triple threat match with EST, Oscar, Charlotte Flair, with Io Shirai cashed in and stole their shine. And she got the shine now. LA Knight is just over. Now he's in a match with the Miz next week on Raw. Logan Paul and Ricochet was good. And like I said, Cross and AJ Styles got potential to be good, and just see where it go from here. Now, if you was to ask me who the better booker, man, I'm going to be real with you, bruh. I'm going to be real with you, little bruh. It's Tony Khan, man. I'm sorry, bruh. But hey, it is what it is. But yo, that's it for this episode, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Young man on the track.
The Martians.
100 bands for a kilo.
It might be too late by the time you figure out